one Let's Record a Podcast. Hey everybody, my name is Jake.
And I am Alex.
This is Uncut Games, the Replay Cafe Talk Core Podcast. We're here with our guest and our best friend and our best listener.
Everybody's best friend.
And everyone's best Smash TO. His name's Kevin. You know him as Kjez.
Hey guys, how's it going? Kjez from Aura Gaming here on the microphone.
That was practiced. That was tight.
This is the first time we've had a listener become guest.
A
Yeah?
super fan on the podcast. This is dangerous. This is where
First time caller, long time fan.
instead of a podcast interview with you guys, I just go, remember in episode 3 when you guys brought up X thing? And then you're like,
Stop.
oh no. That was 2.5 years ago.
Are you guys familiar with Nardwar?
Yes.
Yeah, you Nardwar us and be like,
Yeah.
so Jake, it's like, you know when they ask you like, which one of these addresses did you not live at when you have to do like a social security thing or whatever?
Yeah. Nardwar is like it's like if the CIA was using all of their information just to make cool YouTube music video or like videos about musicians
And
you
make
know?
Tyler the Creator uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like, if you have any deep facts about us that you want to spill on right now, you can get it out of the way. What do you know, Kevin?
Nothing comes to mind. Actually, one thing, Alex has like some sort of like real estate business, and his
Little known fact.
Has it been cloudy? What I actually
his picture, his profile picture on that website, that wherever it is beautiful. It's the best picture of Alex that exists.
Which website?
I don't remember exactly.
Which website was I seeing
unfortunately.
Is it
Alex
the one where I
on?
have the red bandana? Or?
I think so, yeah.
my
and
God.
you have like a full beard.
Oh
in
yeah.
it.
Yes.
So that would be mirealestatephoto.com.
Is that where that's posted? Damn. So okay. That was the
could meet
session
the
we
whole
did when
team.
there was a day where me and Alex had to. Alex said we have to go get our headshots.
No, I
done.
believe that was with the blue bandana, Jake.
When I was trying to convince Aura to work with you guys, I used that picture and was like, this is the guy that runs Replay. We can trust him. It's incredible.
I'm glad it's making its rounds.
Did it? So it worked.
I mean,
guess on
we're
the
here.
strength.
We've been doing business together for a year, so I think it did work.
I don't think it took much convincing.
Yeah.
So how did that go? So you made the initial pitch to Aura. Should we say what you do first at Aura?
So
Why don't you tell us what Aura is, too?
So-
Go through the spiel.
Aura Gaming is, or Aura, no gaming, sorry, in case Tom listens to this.
Aura
But-
no gaming.
Yeah, Aura is a esports organization. They have a bunch of teams in it, things, and I am an event organizer for them. I primarily do Smash Brothers Ultimate. I haven't really done anything else besides that right
game
now.
which you
but
once
I'm
told me
open
you
to
hated.
do other things. Whoa.
Whoa.
We can't put that on the podcast. Turn this off.
I promise, no Smash listeners exist.
No, there are none.
Yeah. But anyway, so
Don't listen
I'm,
to the old ones if you're a Smash player.
I'm an event organizer for Aura, and I run SmackDown Detroit here at Replay Cafe. We just switched over to a monthly on Saturdays, and our first one is going to have happened by the time this has gone live.
Undoubtedly.
Yeah.
We'll have announced the follow-up, and if it was a bad time, there will be no follow-up.
Yep, they'll be taking me out back, and
Kevin
that will be the end of it.
punished. Oh, yeah. There's a dumpster. If you've been to Replay, you know the dumpster. Look for Kevin at the dumpster next week.
Now that Metro Detroit has no other gaming venues, you would think they'd be flocking here. Here's what happened today.
What? Alex
There's
is already
something called
complaining.
Senpai Tournaments,
Okay.
Haven't
which
heard
is
of them.
now hosting fighting game events in Royal Oak
What? Where?
at O'Toole's.
What?
At the bar? Interesting.
That was my thought exactly. Like you close the LFG doors and they're like, why don't we just go to that bar over there? I'll bring a couple monitors.
No. I like to imagine they're not even bringing in monitors. They're plugging
playing-
into the Kino machine, like the screens that they have for Kino. You
Yeah.
know, that's what they're doing.
Is Kino like Buck Hunt?
No.
Is it like a
Like-
game that they do?
no.
That's like a It's like a number
Do it
game.
at every
It's
bar.
at like every
It's
bar.
like Lotto.
Yeah. You pick numbers and then a like
You've
machine
seen
just
this.
draws
I
numbers.
went out to eat for the first time in like a year and a half on
Jake has
Valentine's Day.
forgotten what restaurants look like on the inside.
In the last 365 days, I've eaten out twice. That's true.
Yeah, I mean, with COVID and stuff, I don't really go out. But I mean, I've known about Keno since I was 5 or
I
something.
feel like I'm getting dunked on for something I shouldn't have to be dunked on.
If you've ever been to a Buffalo Wild Wings,
I love Buffalo Wild
They have
Wings.
TVs everywhere.
Yeah, it's
You've
true.
got the sports games on.
Just
In
like I remember
between
it.
each of the sports games, there's usually a Keno, which is displaying the in-person drawing game where they just pull numbers. It's a lot
It's
of
like
things.
blue and yellow.
Yeah.
I know
You
what
know.
this is.
Okay.
I thought it was like the Weather Channel. Like I thought it was just like
No,
somebody
no.
like left on and
You've
forgot.
never even played it?
You can play?
Oh my god.
Can I win? What
All
do I
you
win?
have to do is ask your mom for $5 and then go up to the front desk and be like, "Can I have a Keno card,
If
please?"
Yeah.
you
Yes.
thought
More
my
like
mom
bar.
had $5, I would always be like, I know this sandwich is over $10, Mom, but I have $2.50 in my pocket, which I will give you to compensate. I will subsidize
True,
the sandwich.
true.
Jake's
Yeah.
busy coloring in the lines of the Red Lobster coloring book thing.
If you think my mom took me to Red
Oh yeah, I forgot. The
Jake has
Rosetta
never
brothers
been-
have never been to Red Lobster. I forgot
Yeah.
that was a fact.
we went to Joe's Crab Shack once
I
when the
gotta
times
bring
were
in-
good.
I still got to bring in Cheddar Bay biscuits for you guys.
I'll
You're
eat
missing
them.
out.
I have a box in my pantry.
Yeah, the biscuits are bangers.
I just
It used to be my laptop desktop background, but
Mm-hmm.
we've recently changed it apparently to Sydney Sweeney.
from the head up. Just from the head. It's just her head.
Okay.
This is an important factoid, I guess.
It's like if you're like, oh yeah, our background is what was that one lady she married Justin Verlander? Kate Upton. Kate Upton was she
Yes,
the
Kate Upton and Verlander. Yes.
right? And if I was like, yes, but it's a picture of her from like the nose up, you'd be like, oh, that's novel. It's a novel picture.
Yeah, I see.
It's a very classy photo of Sydney Sweeting.
I didn't do it. I don't feel bad.
I didn't pick it, but I was there when it was picked. But regardless, Kevin, how did you get in?
The best
What a
segue.
segue! All right, keep going.
Kevin, how did you get into gaming? No, how'd you get in with Aura? That's what I really want to know.
How did I get in with Aura?
Because as you described them, they're more expansive than I realized. Like,
So very similar to how I got in with you guys. I just sent an email and was like, "I'm the best. You should work with me." And they were like, "All right."
that's true. We were
but-
immediately convinced.
Actually, a slightly longer story. Over the COVID lockdown era where nobody was leaving their house at all, I was running Wi-Fi tournaments and I did this thing called Draft Crew Series. And basically, to give a really short, it's like I picked 8 team leaders and then they drafted among the players that also volunteered to be part of it. And then we did like every weekend teams played against each other. And Aura really liked that idea. They basically were like, we want to do this, but with colleges. So we're going to bring you on to help us format that. And then I've been on the org ever since.
So I have a question. So you started with online tournaments that were draft style. Mm-hmm. What colleges are involved?
It's called Tech Chase. We've only done one season so far. We want to try and adapt it to work offline because Smash isn't that great online.
That's what I also thought. I was surprised.
But we had MSU, CMU, Davenport, Ferris. I'm going to forget the rest.
That's still like a substantial.
MSU is like a bajillion times better than all of the other ones at crews. Like specifically the crew battle format, MSU has one of the best like top 5 in the country of colleges for crew battles.
Is that because of their player base or?
Yeah, they like MSU. I think right now has like 5 of the state power ranked players at their campus, so they're stacked as far as Michigan goes.
Well, shit. Because they have weeklies too right now, right?
Yeah, they do their own weekly, but the Spartan weekly doesn't they don't take it very serious. There's no money on the line for that one, so you'll see their like top 8 image, and everybody's just going goofy characters and stuff like that.
Ugh, I wish Goofy was in this game.
Yeah.
I thought he was for a minute because they got that Nickelodeon game. That's the same
Well,
thing.
No, they put Sora in it, but they didn't put in enough money to get Donald and Goofy. They don't make any appearances.
Quick take. Do you think there will ever be a sequel to Ultimate? Should there be a sequel to Ultimate?
This is a hard question because it feels like it would cost too much money to get all the licenses again for another game.
Right. Just add them as you can get them.
Yeah, so I don't know. I've thought about that, but it seems like Ultimate would it seems like it was so successful that of course they'll do another one. But at the same time, I don't know, like, you might see a big cutback in how many characters, because there's like 100.
I can't imagine that, though.
It would probably need some type of major graphic improvement for them to be like, let's release another version of
You're
this.
going to get
Otherwise,
like an
it
AR,
would just
VR.
Yeah, they could do the Mario Kart thing. Mario Kart 8 came out for the Wii U. It's like 10 years old now.
Mm-hmm.
And they just released the deluxe version for the Switch.
Mm-hmm.
And just recently, they announced DLC for the deluxe version. So that game, like Mario Kart 9 is never coming out. Or it's coming out, 5 years from now or something.
They'll call it like Ultimate Plus. You've already convinced me of what's going to happen. It's the same
Yep.
game. They don't have to do anything as long as it's just like a legal thing.
Yep.
But Ultimate has basically said like this is the last downloadable character, right?
Yeah, there's not going to be any more downloadable content according to Sakurai, the original creator. And
Wait, I thought
according
he
to him,
died.
no,
Who
he
died?
didn't die.
Somebody died.
No, you're thinking of Iwata, the old Nintendo president. But no, Sakurai said this would be his last game, and then when Sora came out, he said he was done working on Smash. So it's always like a meme that like he doesn't sleep, and he's always like everybody's asking him for things. So everybody was like, "All right, you can finally get some rest,"
I don't think there should be a sequel. I don't think there should be any more consoles either.
Yeah, we were talking
talking to
just
desk,
before, about how consoles have kind of like just besides the Switch, like Nintendo's consoles still sort of serve a purpose, but like the PlayStation 5 and the new Xbox, I don't know, whatever
Series
name.
X.
Thank you.
See if you can't remember
Those
the name.
have become like they're sort of just computers in your living room, in a way. From my experience playing on my PS5.
I was kind of surprised you had a PS5 at all.
Yeah,
Not
I
just
got
'cause
it
it's
for
hard
Christmas.
to get,
I got
but,
it for
like,
Christmas.
Also because as a Smash person, I'm surprised you play other games. Where's the rim shot?
Kevin Kevin was in one of our inaugural Apex tournaments.
Yes, I love me
You
some
were?
Apex. Yeah, I was in the first
what?
one.
We've also got tentative plans to play Valorant, but
I also-
you wouldn't know because somebody doesn't play Valorant.
Hey, I asked you to play Valorant.
That's what I'm
you're
saying.
talking
I'm
about
saying
I don't play Valorant, yeah.
I also participated in the first Mario Kart tournament and took
yes.
fourth
That I know.
place in that. But anyway, that is like Nintendo allowed you to post your hours played of games on the Wii U, and everybody was posting theirs, and like almost all of the Smashers on Twitter have like 1,000 hours in Smash 4, and then it'll be like 30 hours in Animal Crossing, or whatever other game they decided
Pandemic
to
only.
play. Yeah. Maybe like they got the Zelda game for the Wii U instead of the Switch, and they have like 20 hours in that, and then everything else is Smash. But I'm not that kind of gamer. I actually still play a lot of regular or other games.
regular games.
Yeah, regular games.
Where did it start for you? Like when you were back in the day, do you remember like your first console?
Okay, so my origin story. I am.
This is what he has prepared.
Yeah,
after
I
hours
actually-
of listening
I
to our
have-
content.
Origin is spelled AURAGIN story.
I brought notes to make sure that I hit all the points.
Oh
from this
god, you're
point
worse
on.
than Joel.
But anyway, my first console was the NES, and my earliest gaming memory.
He has his own questionnaire.
My earliest gaming memory, I was a very small child, and I remember my grandparents wouldn't let me touch the golden cartridge for Zelda.
What?
So if I wanted to play Zelda, they had to put it in the cartridge for me. And then one weekend, my grandparents, they were the ones that had the NES. They went to Las Vegas, and my grandpa, for whatever reason, took the Nintendo with him. Like, what's he doing in Vegas with a
Your
Nintendo?
grandfather is an OG gamer.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
hilarious.
But I just remember, like, I was there, and there was no video games, and just as, like, a 4-year-old being so mad. Like, just sitting there knowing that somewhere my grandpa is playing Zelda right now, and I'm not allowed to.
Both your grandparents went to Vegas?
They went, yeah,
What
they
the hell
went
are you
together.
doing at their house?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Also,
break in?
No. Like, my uncle and, like, live there as well.
Oh, gotcha,
Yeah.
gotcha.
But yeah, that's my earliest gaming memory.
Did you have a young grandpa, or is he just like?
Yeah, my mom had me when she was like 19, so like I have a very young family.
Gosh, my mom and I know they talk about like having Pong in their house, and that's as far as they got. Like in the 70s or in the
Yeah.
80s. So like NES would be inconceivable for my grandparents.
I can't believe that your first gaming memory is not gaming.
What do you mean?
What do you
Yes,
mean?
not being able to game. Yeah.
I don't remember anything about actually playing this Zelda, but I remember the desire and
Well,
the
isn't-
withdrawal.
No, the original Zelda is like I don't think I ever beat it when I was a kid. That game
sure
is
not.
impossible. And
Have you beat it since?
yeah, I beat it. Like I think you could get it on Animal Crossing on the GameCube, and that was the first time I beat it. Once I unlocked.
Wait, you could
it
get
in Animal-
Zelda on Animal Crossing on the GameCube?
Yeah, the GameCube version of Animal Crossing has a bunch of NES games that you can get inside of it.
What?
Yep.
Did you know that?
I am not an Animal Crossing person, but I had it.
I still think
and
that's
I
really
did not know that. I thought it was just a game where you could tie-dye your colors, clothing different.
Real ones know. People listening, they'll know.
That's insane.
Yeah.
So where to go from there? So you didn't have an NES technically.
No, he had a GameCube with an NES in it. His grandpa had an NES.
And then grandpa took his Animal Crossing to Las Vegas.
So I have I'll tell one more regular gaming story, but I want to talk about
That's
my
a regular gaming story, Kevin.
I want to talk more about like my experience with Smash. I want to
Okay.
make it
Well,
Smash.
we don't know that
But-
that's what we want to talk about
No, no,
yet,
no,
so
no.
we control the narrative on this
I've
podcast.
I've decided because me just telling you about every time I play a new Zelda game is boring.
Well, we haven't tried that
But anyway-
with anybody, so maybe you should
Anyway,
start. So Zelda 1.
Similar story with I was with my grandpa at Best Buy the day of release of the Nintendo 64, and
Ooh.
we, the doors open, we run in like a pack of hyenas. They didn't even have signs up. You had to go into the store and find the N64s.
It's like an Easter egg hunt.
And yeah, exactly. And then you had to, run to the front desk and buy it. And so like
This is back when they had them on the shelves. It wasn't like an empty box
Yeah,
that you took
yeah.
to the front
So,
and then they gave you the real one or
at
something.
this point, I think I'm maybe 7 or 8. I don't remember exactly when the N64 came out, but I remember I found one and a fully grown adult man threw me on the ground when I said, I was like, "Grandpa,
This is
there's
a regular gaming story to you?
I was like, there's an N64 over there. And this man grabbed me and whipped me to the ground to make sure that he got it first. But we eventually secured one despite being assaulted by an adult.
After setting up an ambush 4 aisles over.
So, but
Jingle all the way.
I've gotten all of the Nintendo systems right when they come out. Usually I don't get the other systems, but I play like PlayStation games at my friends' houses or whatever. But my first experience with Smash was the N64. I played a couple fighting games before that, and I always thought they were cool. Like I played Mortal Kombat and I played Street Fighter 2, and it was like I felt like tough when I was playing. That. And I remember playing the first time I played Smash, one of my buddies invited me over, and I played the game for like 3 hours, and I thought I was having a fever dream. I thought it wasn't real. I was like, this can't be an actual video game. How is Star Fox and Mario and Link in the same game? And I went home. I went back
Took
home.
his temperature at the house.
Kevin wakes up and goes, I have a brilliant idea.
I went back home and I called my friends and was like I memorized every move Link did. And I was like, look,
Link was a good character.
He's got this sick down air. His upbeat is insane. It just kills people.
Born
He's spin around
Smasher.
with a
You
sword.
knew all the terminology. I still don't.
Yeah, so I didn't get the game for a couple months, and I would go over to that friend that had the game. I would go over there and just play all the time. And it was this thing where like I wasn't a cool kid, and I'm still not very cool. And I would get bullied a lot, but then like in Smash, I could smack the shit out of people. And I would go over to I went over to my bully's house once. And I just light him up. I was like, I could play any character and I will destroy you. And then he was like, so I beat him like 2 times. He gets his brother. He plays with his brother against me. And I beat both of them and they chase me out of his house. And I was like, Smash is the game for me. This is my life. I love this.
I've never heard a more obvious pull quote in a podcast.
Yeah,
Holy
clip this.
shit. That was awesome.
So then Super Smash Brothers Melee comes out, and in my opinion, Melee is the greatest video game ever made. I have spent a bajillion hours playing Super Smash Brothers Melee. Everything about it is just so sick. The combos, the visuals, the sounds, everything is just so cool. And I practiced how to play with Marth so much. I went on YouTube and was looking up videos, and at the time I didn't know it, but I was looking up this player named Ken, and he turned out to be the best player in the world.
Okay.
But I would watch what he would do, and then I would try and learn how to do it. And I taught myself how to do all these tricks like wave dashing, which is a very specific mechanic, and L canceling and stuff. And my friends just stopped playing the game with me because I became untouchable in the game. They were just as soon as I walked in, they would just turn the game off. They'd be like, no, we're not playing Melee with Kevin.
I was going to say, Melee and I had a good relationship. I think I probably didn't put my 10,000 hours in like you. I probably put in 5,000. But all my friends, we were about evenly matched. And if anybody had just been light years better, we would have been
oh yeah,
quit inviting that guy over.
Yeah,
So,
no interest.
To call out my hometown, I've never lost a set against anybody in Grand Ledge, Michigan. Not a single person. The whole city absolutely
You can draw a
trash.
circle on a map of people who can't beat Kevin.
But
They all live here.
This
But
whole story is
obviously-
the clip, right?
obviously
funny.
this was 2006 or whatever, before people were actually good at the game. Nowadays I'm completely washed. I'm the Melee guys that come in here, I wouldn't be able to take a set off of any of them.
Wait, the Melee guys that come in here?
The Melee guys,
Melee guys that come in here? You
yeah,
run through
I
the-
wouldn't be able to take a set off
Those
of any of
guys?
those guys.
I don't know.
I had no idea up until pretty recently that people were looking. I mean, I guess until I started playing League of Legends or maybe StarCraft 2, I didn't know people were making content educationally to help other people learn these tips and tricks. And the fact that you were doing that in the time of Melee just blows my mind.
Because GameFAQs was real big.
Yeah, but I guess I don't know if I wasn't paying attention. I followed Day 9 to learn about StarCraft openers, and because that was such a competitive game. But I never really considered Smash Bros. Or any of these fighting games to be quote unquote competitive. I guess because I was viewing it through this lens of esports.
Yeah. No, but like I said, it was about it made me feel cool and tough to be able to just beat people.
I mean,
in
you
Melee.
went to your bully's house.
Yeah, and I
shit on him and his
smoked
brother.
him. Yeah, and now I mean, maybe he doesn't remember it, but I hope he does. But I hope
you
he
imagine
Never
does.
turn the game back on.
No. He remembers that. I know because I remember all my going to other people's houses and stuff because I wasn't allowed to have games as a kid. And going over and beating people in Pokemon Stadium that they couldn't beat. Dude remembers. I remember going and playing N64 at everybody's house because I was forbidden from having one. I remember the first time I played Smash and I went home and I jumped off my couch for 3 hours after pretending I was Captain Falcon because I also had no idea who he was. But it was
Is
the
that
coolest
who
thing.
your character was that
first
your
time?
pick?
At first, yeah, but then it was in Melee it was Link because I always thought Link because again I saw Ocarina of Time when I was really young and I was that's the only game I want to play.
So what happens in Melee eventually with me is that I get good enough at the game that they my friends start saying okay, you can't play Fox because with
Yeah.
Fox I could beat everybody.
Yep.
Fox is so quick that I could play 3v1 and I could beat all three of my friends. So they were okay, you can't play Fox. And then I learned how to do a bunch of tricks with Marth and they were okay, you can't play Marth anymore. So I'm good with a bunch of random characters in the game, and I was eventually, I just started beating them with Young Link, and they were we got to quit playing with this guy.
Is there something wrong with Young Link?
Young Link is a mid-tier. We didn't know about tiers at the time, but he doesn't have anything that's
Other than the
super
ones your
strong.
bully cried.
Nice.
No, if you play the game, you don't have to be a professional to know that Fox is busted. You just run up to somebody
I
and
love
up smash,
Fox, yeah.
and you're just why did that kill at 80%? It's a busted
Shit
move.
hits hard.
Yeah.
He kicked him harder.
I always tried to. I'm going to negate some of my previous sentiment. We did have one of the either a Game Informer or a magazine that told you the percentages each of the moves did, but I think that was for 64. And Luigi's up B
The
was the
critical hit.
strongest move in the game
Yep.
because it
Really?
did 34% flat. And I wanted to be good with Luigi, but I was a Donkey Kong player.
Bro, who plays Luigi? I forget he's in the game. Kevin, you know anyone playing Luigi?
Luigi's pretty cool. Like he's kind of fun in Smash 64, but in Melee, if you learn to wave dash with him, he's like got an extra floaty like mechanic, so he slides a lot further than normal characters, and you can like wave dash down smash and cover like a whole area.
I'm getting way too
into the game.
I don't even know what the fuck a wave dash
but anyway,
is.
people will know. But it makes you like jump.
Give me the wave
Okay, I'll
dash.
give you the very quick. You jump, you air dodge into the stage, and your momentum carries you into the stage to make you slide.
Air dodge as in...
You press the shield button while you're in the air.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yes. And you do it towards the stage after just jumping. So you only get like a little bit off of the ground, and then you air dodge into the stage, and you keep your air dodge momentum as you hit the stage. So it makes you
you're
slide.
telling me I can get back to the ground now when I play against these guys? Because typically they just juggle me into the air, and I'm like, well, this was fun.
Getting back to the ground in Melee is a lot harder. In Ultimate, it's not that bad. You just air dodge and hold fast fall, and you'll get back to the stage most of the time.
Is it weird that I can hear the VR?
Yes, I can't hear it, so I don't know what you're
hear
talking
them
about.
breaking. Maybe I'm just in my head.
Did you ever venture into like a competitive scene with Melee?
Okay, let me continue the story, and I'll get to that part.
I will step aside.
It's gotta go linearly.
We got distracted by talking about a bunch of Smash mechanics.
Nobody got distracted.
I hope that wasn't too boring for people.
The Smash guys are like frothing. They're so happy.
Anyway, we get to. So most of my friends had stopped playing with me, but Brawl was going to come out. I was super hyped for Brawl. I'm going on the website every day to look up what character is getting announced because they like did live announcements on like the Nintendo website. This was before like Nintendo Direct, so you would have to like go to their website and see what new thing they announced.
I remember I had a
day.
Nintendo Power subscription at the time.
I forgot Brawl existed.
Okay,
So that's what Kevin wants to talk to you about.
So Brawl, the night of release of Brawl, me and my brother are worried that it's going to sell out. So I go to Meijer, he goes to GameStop. I get the game at Meijer. Nobody thought to go to Meijer. I got the game easy. At GameStop, I didn't know this, but they were having a tournament, and whoever won the tournament won a copy of Brawl.
Was it a Brawl tournament? Did they have Brawl,
Yeah,
or
they
was
had
it for
Brawl.
Melee?
No, it was Brawl.
Okay.
So my brother enters the tournament, and like he's pretty good because he's played with me. So like he knows how to do a lot of the stuff. He is just destroying everybody. He tells me he calls me
I'm
and
the
he's
number
like,
one player in the state, baby.
he calls me and he's like, all of these kids are so bad, I'm gonna win a free copy of the game. This idiot gets to grand finals and starts going random. He picks random and he loses because he gets, I don't even remember who, but
Sonic.
He loses in grand finals because he's going random and the other guy beats him with, whatever character he actually knew how to play. And I just remember being so mad when he came back home with no, like,
you had a copy no matter what.
It didn't matter. We got the game, but we could have like sold that other one or like whatever, given it to one of our friends.
What's the flip?
But I remember playing Brawl like until like 5 a.m. the night it came out, and the last thing I said to my brother before I went to sleep was, "I think this game sucks," and it's my least favorite Smash Bros. Game. I don't want to get into it too much because lots of the people that play Ultimate think Brawl is pretty cool, but
It's because they're all just really young.
yeah, maybe it's the first Smash game they played.
Yeah.
But I really didn't enjoy it. So then there's like a dark era where I quit playing anything but League of Legends, which is like, oh man, rough life.
That's what most
I call
gamers
that
call their
2010.
yeah,
most gamers call their dark period.
Yeah, Brawl comes out in 2008, I think.
Yeah.
It sucks. I quit playing console games. I started playing League of Legends in 2009. Huge mistake. Ruined my life.
Does anyone have a nice thing to say about this game that they all play all day?
Just so you know, I stopped playing League of Legends and I stopped being single within the same month.
Wait. Oh, you stopped.
This is the dating ad. This is the dating ad.
Yeah. If you quit playing
Here's our
League of Legends,
testimonial.
if you quit playing League of Legends, you can get a partner.
Start playing Valorant, kids.
It's true because you can also have friends. Once all of my friends got on League, they stopped having me as a friend because I I didn't have an hour and 40 minutes to sit around watching the back of their heads, and I just went outside, and I had multiple girlfriends in that time.
The only way to socialize is in the game. You have to be in the game with them to socialize with League players.
Yes.
Yeah. But I don't want to dog on League too much.
It was my dark period too.
So then
I hate that game. It
Then
took my
there's-
friends away from me. I'm not joking. You guys are laughing. I lost my high school friends to League.
dang, I had one dude. I don't know if I should.
Rip,
whatever.
go.
I had this one dude that I knew in high school, super smart, got a free ride to an undisclosed college. This will keep it anonymous enough. And then he played WoW, World of Warcraft, for his entire first semester, dropped out of college, got the scholarship taken away, and he couldn't afford to come back home to Michigan.
So he's just trapped.
He just he started like working a casual job down there. But this dude graduated like 4.0 from high school, had a full ride and everything, and just like fell down the video game addiction.
I was telling you, replay ruins lives.
No, replay does not ruin lives. It makes everyone's life better. But that's fucking real.
Yeah, it happens to some people.
My housemate's best friend, her husband like won't leave the house. Just won't do it. She left him a month ago because he just wants to play games.
Because he's just gaming.
It's 100% real, which is why if you want to leave the house, you should come to Replay Cafe. It's like going outside, but there's games here.
Hey,
And nobody has to know what you're up to.
And girls can come.
if you aren't putting the noobs in their place, how are they going to know they're noobs? Somebody's got to do it. Someone has to be on at all times.
Yes, it's the watch, the night watchman.
Shifts and duties and all that.
I think what you do is, you make a series of shifts so that you still can go outside. But
Kevin,
So-
you
go
Did you
ahead.
ever-
No. I want to hear what you got
I
to
was
say.
going to say, Kevin, you said you had a brother.
Yeah.
Is
I have
that
a couple.
Oh,
No.
whoa. Where do you fit in the dynamic?
I am
You know where this is going.
I'm the second oldest
Of three?
of four.
4 brothers?
Three brothers plus me.
So there's
So
four
there's
brothers.
4 brothers.
Yeah.
It's a lot of brothers.
Yeah.
You all play Smash?
I mean, sort of. They
What is the, age gap between oldest to youngest?
we're all 1 year apart.
What?
Yep.
Busy.
So you guys were like hyper competitive then.
Yeah.
Yeah. My older brother Dave, he can suck one.
What do you mean? What did he do to you?
Oh, nothing. I'm just, saying something.
He's just the one that you're most
No,
competitive
the one
with.
that I most of my stories are about Matt, the one year younger than me.
Okay.
So
Because Dave was too cool.
yeah. Dave was off being an adult or whatever when I was 9 and he was 10.
I can't imagine having 4 brothers within like 4 years apart. Like that.
Was it awesome?
Yeah,
it
it's pretty rad.
seems-
Yeah. We could play RPG games. Do you guys know what Tales of Symphonia is?
Yeah, I'm aware.
So
It's on GameCube, right?
yeah, it's an RPG game, but it's got live action fighting. You could have everybody could be a character and play the game together. It's
Is that
pretty-
the only game you
X-Men
guys play
Legends.
together? No? Yeah.
Champions of Norath.
I mean,
those are
yeah.
2 games that I know.
Four brothers can
Whatever
play?
you're talking about.
Golden Axe, you can do it too.
Are you just naming GameCube games?
Oh, I think both those I played on PlayStation 2.
Really?
But those are like games where 2 friends would come over and play with me and my brother. So
Yeah.
I get the
Baldur's
4-player.
Gate.
You guys
That's
ever
another
play
one.
Lord of the Rings Return of the King together as a group?
I played that with my cousin Johnny, I think, because he had it. He was a big Lord of the Rings guy.
That game was revered. It was a big 4-player.
Yeah, it kind of slapped.
And you could upgrade
low
skill
key.
points and stuff, right?
Yeah. Uh-huh. It was kind of like a dungeon crawler, and you pick Legolas, Gandalf, whoever, and then 4 dudes could run through, and it would be committed, and you could do it. It was kind of arcadey, actually, if you think about
Yeah.
it. I don't know.
Almost similar
Game
to
of 4
those
brothers.
modern top-down zombie shooters where you choose which direction or
Just
whatever,
like
arcadey
that.
like that. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm the only one that really got into competitive games. My brother Matt, he mostly plays 1-player games and stuff. And
Because he was an only child.
Dave, the
For a
older
minute.
one, is
One year.
No.
Dave, the
Dave
older
is
one, plays sports
Oh, whatever.
games and stuff. Jordan's the youngest. He's a weirdo.
What's he paint or something?
Did-
He
Yeah.
watches anime and stuff.
Oh.
Yeah.
Still?
Then he is a weirdo.
Kevin, where do you sit with anime?
I used to be very deep in anime. Now I'm just like a casual, like I watch like whatever the big stuff is.
Okay, so you're keeping up on it then.
Yeah. I'm still like a more or less aware of like what comes out each season.
I had a long conversation with a makeup influencer here. Because she booked a party, and in the hallway, all she wanted to talk about was Inuyasha, which I thought was very interesting.
Okay.
And we were talking about it though, and she's like, she's like talking about the big three and stuff, and she's like, I don't get this new generation. So you've been able to move on to the Jujutsu Kaisens.
Old people.
Well, how old are you? Right?
No. There's some people that are like, whatever I enjoyed when I was 13 is the best thing. Obviously, I was just gushing about Melee.
Yes.
But I'm not going to, like, I also don't have a problem with you I'm not going to be like, these ultimate kids don't understand, obviously. But, like, it's the same thing with anime. Some people, like, just, like, Inuyasha's okay, but it's not that
You
great.
think it's okay?
Yeah, it's okay.
I think it's pretty good.
Okay, I mean, yeah, you can say it's pretty good, but it's not like other great shows haven't come out since then. So, like, you mentioned Jujutsu Kaisen. Have you watched it?
I can't watch a shonen anime anymore.
Why not?
Because I've seen other ones, so I know it's very, very formulaic.
Oh, too formulaic for you. Okay, that's
It's not
fine.
For me, it's like okay, this is the real thing. At a certain age, you can be exposed to something, and it's great because it works. But you get 10 years down the line,
it doesn't hit the same.
It can't hit the same. That spot is already occupied in my heart and soul.
I got you.
I can't do that again.
Yeah. So, like, that's it for a lot of people. A lot of people see DBZ, and that's it for them. They don't need that hit ever again. So, I get that.
There's a lot of ways to improve on DBZ.
Yeah. See, you can acknowledge.
I think everyone should. I was just curious. What are you liking recently? Because I know Jonas, who's not on the podcast right now, but he's in the room. Like, he's very up on it. He's just sent me one yesterday called. I was going to check with you basically if you thought it was good.
I've been watching One Piece a lot, which I know is old, but also still airing.
It's ongoing.
One Piece is sick. Everybody should watch it. But yeah, I watched Jujutsu Kaisen. I thought that was really good. I really like.
Jujutsu Kaisen also Demon Slayer? Are those different shows?
Demon Slayer is a different show. Demon Slayer has incredible animation. Kind of mid though, in my opinion. It's like the animation is sick if you just want to see sword fights.
I've only been impressed recently by Chainsaw Man.
That's only manga right now, and I'm too dumb to read.
That's what You should get a job here at the desk. That's what people do here. It's called Sunny Boy. Have you heard of it?
Sunny Boy. No,
Nothing?
I don't know that one.
Me neither. All right, segment concluded.
Okay.
Thank God.
Yeah, Alex was just staring off into space during
Alex
that
needs to
whole
watch
segment.
an anime.
So, back to the Smash storyline.
Oh, shit. You're still going with your narrative?
Fabian heard that. He turned to look at you. He goes, the Smash storyline.
We hit the dark area where I'm not playing anything but League. And then the year is 2013. Many Smashers already know where I'm going with this just by mentioning 2013. But Smash Melee raises a bunch of money, gets onto the EVO stage, main stage for EVO 2013.
They raised a lot of money?
There was like a
fundraiser?
Yeah, there was like a fundraiser to get one of the slots in EVO. And Melee beat out some other games. And at the time, so this is a funny part about it, is I didn't even know a competitive scene existed for this game. Even back then, I joked that
you were playing so hardcore, researching.
I even looked up videos from the best player in the game, and it never clicked that he was at a tournament. Like, that never crossed my mind.
He's at his house.
So
beating his mom again.
Anyway, 2013.
He's so good.
I'm watching Marvel vs. Capcom.
Kevin's bullies.
I'm watching Marvel vs. Capcom at EVO. You know, it's sick.
So you knew about competitive gaming.
Yeah, I knew about fighting games. I had been to like a couple fighting game tournaments. I played a lot of Marvel vs. Capcom. And then Melee comes on the stream, and I was like, my mind is just racing. Like, what is happening? And Mango, who is like one of the most renowned players for Melee, he wins the tournament. He plays like Fox and Falco. He's like super hype, and watching him play was just so incredible. Like, I completely fell back in love with Smash. I was like, it brought me back in just watching that one tournament, and I'm I'm a super huge Mango fan since then. He's still super good at like the top of his game right now, even 12 years later.
you rush out to compete?
So I didn't even rush out to compete. I just like started following the scene a little more. The first tournament I went to was the Big House 2016.
That was your first?
The first like
3 years later.
3 years later. And I did bad. I went 0-2. That happens. The most common experience you'll have as a Smash player is thinking you're very good at the game, then going to a tournament and getting slapped around.
That happened to me at GameStop. So they asked me what my main was going to be, and I panicked and said Link, a character I had not played in a year. And I've been playing Fox for a year. And then I just went 0-2. And then I tried not to cry and left with my mom.
But yeah, so I went to that. I played in a couple more tournaments throughout 2017. I went to one Melee tournament where I got wiped by this like Marth player, and he was like a huge dick to me. He like he force stocked me in the last game, and then he said, "Why did you even come?" And so I never went back to another Melee tournament after that.
Wow.
Yeah.
What?
So
Yeah, everybody pays.
So my experience in the Melee scene ended there. And then I didn't really play Smash 4. I watched it a little bit. When I was at a Melee tournament and Smash 4 was there, I watched it. And then Ultimate comes out. Ultimate seems kind of cool. I played it. And being an old person now, Ultimate has a lot simpler mechanics, so it's easy to pick up. And I started playing and have just been part of the scene since then.
But I feel like you rushed through it. I feel like you're like the king of Michigan Smash.
Okay.
I feel like I feel like people come in and go, they're like, "Oh, I know Kjez." Like they point to you. I'm like, "Oh,
I didn't
good."
really touch on the TOing part of it.
Yeah.
Let me make sure. Let me check my notes real quick.
Not in the narrative. Can't speak on it.
Well, I got to tell you the whole
Can't
Smash
even
storyline.
remember how I became the king of Michigan.
I mean, well, here's the other thing. Like, I feel.
So,
Everyone's looking at their phone.
yeah,
in the
yeah.
middle of
Everybody
my
checking their
podcast.
phone at the
girlfriend
same
texted
exact
me.
time.
When I wasn't playing League, I got one.
So
Just wanna remind people.
I wanted to get my friends into the competitive scene for Ultimate. So I ran a tournament on my birthday, only invited my friends. I didn't invite anybody outside of my friend
that's really
group.
cool.
And like a couple of the guys really liked it. We started a group. We like started practicing together. Took them to locals at LFG that actually just closed down.
Rip.
Yeah. And we started going every Saturday to that tournament and just got more and more into the scene from there. But every once in a while, I would still host one of those like invite only of my friends, because like going out is like cool, but it can be kind of hard to get into the scene if you don't know anybody that's into the scene. You guys know Advo. Advo comes to the tournament every week. Advo is one of the dudes that was like really cool to me at the tournaments. Not that anybody's like not cool, but it's just like Smashers aren't that sociable, a lot of them, you know? So it's just like you go in, you pay $20, you get wiped, and then you just leave. And it's like,
Your mom drives you home.
Another reason why you guys are different from the FGC.
but you know,
We won't go home.
as you get more comfortable with it, you know, you just walk up to whoever and ask them for friendlies or whatever. But like, it was always just more fun playing with my friends. And like, we also had like that competitive itch. So I would run like my own friend only tournaments for a little bit. And I
I think
realized
they call that
like,
only friends.
yeah, sure.
Yeah, only friends. Like Kevin.
So, and I realized like, hey, these tournaments that I'm running are going smoother than the tournaments that I go
I'm better
pay
than
money
you
for.
are.
What's your secret? What do you know that they don't?
I don't know. I don't want to like, a lot of the TOs now are a lot better. One of the biggest gripes that I had would be like TOs kind of capitulating to the top players, where it would be like, hey, the tournament starts at 6, and then you'd get there at 6, and then bracket would start at 7:30 because the number 1 seed player texted the TO and was like, hey, can you not run bracket until I get there? And it's like, this dude is paying $15 just like everyone else. I don't understand why I have to wait around an hour.
And it'd be
Damn
nice if someone else could win. He shouldn't come.
So, like, I think that was one big thing. And then, like, lots of TOs. This is actually something I struggled with for a little bit, was kind of finding a balance of, like in my head, I run a tournament and I just want to bang, 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 get every set through and get the tournament over with. But a lot of Smashers don't want to be, like, rushed. They they're there for the whole experience. They want to have time to play friendlies. They want to chit chat with people after games. So there's finding that fine balance of like letting people breathe at the tournament, but also making
Pacing.
sure, but also making sure you're getting it done in a reasonable time. Where like the Saturday tournament would start at 7, and then they'd be there till like 2 a.m, and it's like, I don't want to spend my whole Saturday playing Smash. Like, come on.
You've got your own house where you can run your own tournaments called Only Friends.
Yeah, exactly.
You can do that
exactly. So I started getting in my head like, oh, maybe I'll start running my own tournaments. And then COVID hits and everything stops, right? So I start running Wi-Fi tournaments, and I was like one of the only people in Michigan running it for a long time. And a lot of Wi-Fi TOs were really awful. I did a lot of stuff to make sure that our Wi-Fi tournament was less awful.
Were
than
you
most.
through Discord at that point to do the communications and stuff?
Yeah. You just use Discord and Smash GG and get everything to work through there. It's kind of a hassle, but I got good enough at it. I would myself do all the commentary myself, do all the TOing myself for the Wi-Fi tournaments.
That's a huge lift.
The
And so-
machine.
You know, I built a pretty good following from that. Over quarantine, Ori, who you guys know, my partner that comes in with me sometimes, he is the actual king of Smash. He ran Frostbite, which was the big tournament in Michigan for a lot of years. One of the ones people will remember the most fondly if you ever ask people what their favorite tournament is. And
He ran it like
he was like the head TO of it.
Shit.
Yeah. So like he retired from TOing, but he is the like event organizer for Aura. So now we work directly together. We've been able to combine our powers. So
beautiful.
I feel like in a way I kind of got to jump the line where like I was just a nobody pre-quarantine, and then like I put in the work to build a following during quarantine running all of those Wi-Fi tournaments, but being able to combine with Ori to like level up my tournaments post quarantine has really been the difference maker.
Was Replay your first in-person tournament that you ran?
Yeah, SDD or SmackDown Detroit number 1.
Did you know that?
Stay home, Detroit. What do you usually say?
Oh, Social Distance Demons. That's the Wi-Fi tournament that I say by accident
Social
sometimes.
Distance Demons. I like it.
Yeah, but SmackDown Detroit number 1 was the first public tournament that I ran.
I thought you were like old in this. That's crazy.
Yeah, and I
It
think,
went really well. That's amazing.
well, I think another thing,
Better
actually,
still
I mean,
go well.
you work
There's-
with the FGC guys who are also on the older side, but I think one thing that makes a difference is just like being older and more mature. Like I just take it a little more seriously than my experience with some other people.
Well, like on site, like some people here are kids and you are not, and they have to listen to you. Like if
Yeah.
you say something, there's no like, you can blow off someone who looks like yourself. You're like, whatever, you don't own me. But you come over like a big bad adult. They're like, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. Like,
You're saying that I wield a certain amount of authority because
Yeah,
of my
there's a-
older
You're elderly.
appearance?
you get a little cachet, fucking like
I see.
you're throwing it around a little bit.
Okay,
Just-
okay,
Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've run a couple of bigger tournaments. I haven't done anything really big.
What are your ambitions?
That was the circuit we did felt pretty big.
Oh yeah,
Circuit was big.
The circuit was very
and
cool.
also, stop. Like, Halloween was 100 people.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was mostly your guys just throwing money at the tournament. Which I
That's
think
our
made that
specialty. Ba, 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 ba,
Well,
ba, 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 ba.
100 people showed up.
happen. Yeah, that was pretty cool.
And it ran, too.
It was 96 or something. Whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
Well, I've run one other tournament that wasn't with you guys that I had 147. So
there was that, too.
Wow.
seems kind of interesting.
Kind of
like,
rude, then, huh?
maybe you're holding me back in some kind of way.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
No,
We're
actually,
cutting you.
our capacity for this room, according to the fire department, is 150 people. So
Somebody go ahead and put me in touch with whatever those boys who were at
Senpai
LFG
Gaming.
are. Give me a new Smash organizer.
You
in
ever
the
heard of
house.
these senpai guys?
No, I haven't heard of this.
Senpai tournaments?
Senpai
I don't know what the
tournaments.
fuck
No, I
that
don't know
is.
what they are.
I mean, I know there's also some dudes who like compete in the Russells, so I'm not gonna. I think Alex was just googling like, finally.
No,
I'm
it
the only
came up.
game in.
They sponsored a fucking event so that everyone would see it.
Whatever.
But it's like I wasn't gonna click interested.
No.
But you asked me what my ambitions were.
Yeah. Where are we going?
It's not that I'm not too ambitious, but I don't know. I just I wanted to bring quality tournaments to Michigan, and I feel like I've done that. And one day it would be cool to run a major or something, but I don't know if I'm like, I have a day job and I don't know if I have the amount of energy that I could commit to doing something
Well,
like
wouldn't
that.
be you alone.
What if you didn't have a day job? Or what if your day job was...
If my day job was event organizing,
Do you want to do that?
Are you guys offering me a job?
I
right
would
now?
never offer someone a job in the middle of a podcast.
We do that after the podcast. Ask anyone who's ever been on the podcast.
But, I don't know. I feel like I could be pretty good at it. Obviously, I'd have to do a lot more than run one tournament a week because, bringing home that $30 to buy some Little
Depends if
Caesars
it's
afterwards
big
is
enough.
not good enough. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I necessarily have any bigger ambitions. What I'd really love to do is like the Smash scene feels like without Ori, it feels very separated. There's just TOs kind of doing all of their own things. And it's actually kind of a meme that one time this one TO was like, oh, I need to cancel my tournament because I'm not bringing in enough money or whatever. And I responded to him and I was like, cancel your tournament permanently. And I just
delete your account.
Because there's so many people running so many tournaments, it really spreads everything really thin. You know what I mean?
It's the same, it seems, in the fighting game community, and maybe
Well,
all
it was.
of the games.
I would say for a while it was, but now I'm thinking even today, like how many more orgs are there in Michigan doing fighting games?
Yeah, I mean, our goal obviously is to become the hub and piece all these fragments and segmented organizations together, because there's no reason
to have all sorts of stuff.
to have 5 different like Friday tournaments in 6 spots within 5 miles of each other. Is
Yeah, exactly. And I don't have anything against any of the other TOs. But what I'd love to do is like us as a collective run like tournaments together, which would be cool. Like sort of the shell shocked thing that we did, the circuit that you guys mentioned is sort of that. We brought together, they were only Aura TOs, but we had all these TOs with a combined goal to bring together to a bigger tournament. And I think it would be cool. I'll shout him out on the podcast. Carl, aka Superhero from Team Solstice. They're like the other like org that does a lot of the other.
They were the LFG organizers.
Yeah, they were running the LFG tournament at the end of its term. They were
How we
running
found
it the
out
whole
they were
time.
closing. They posted the tweet first.
Yeah, they posted the tweet
Scooped
first.
them.
But yeah, I would love to be able to work together with them to make like maybe like a smaller regional or something. And I did help them with their one tournament, but like it was sort of like I showed up and started helping them. Where I'd love for us to actually like work together to build the scene out more.
Would you be okay with something that's co-branded?
I would. I don't know if necessarily Aura would be. But that's
Views are Kevin's own.
Yeah, those are my views alone. But yeah, I think like in Michigan Smash scene is like there's a lot of really good players in Michigan.
It's such a big scene.
We don't really get that much rep because like our tournaments get like 30 views because like you said, there's 5 tournaments on Friday and they're all streaming against each other. And like 2 PR players are at this one, 3 PR players are at this one. One guy went to that one and is just farming everybody. Advo's coming here and just beating up on little children.
Hey, don't do Advo like that. He's every right to come beat these kids and collect his $120 every Sunday.
Yeah, every once in a while, low one shows up and gives them a hard time or whatever. But yeah, I think there's a lot of good players in Michigan that don't get the rep because our tournaments don't reach the standard of something like people that are listening will know like Xanadu is in the Maryland area, and in my opinion, like they have one player that's maybe better than our top 3 players. And they get like 2,000 views every week at their tournament.
Because they're organized and synthesized.
Yeah. They have like they've got all the branding. Xanadu's been in a tournament for like 10 years. It's on the same channel the whole time. It's like run by the TOs that people know and stuff. And I wish that Michigan had something a little more than that, or like something more similar to that, rather than everybody just having their own rogue tournament with,
I have a question for you.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. I have this. One time, Uncle Cap said to me, Jake, Smash players will play in a bowl of shit. Why
Dang. Hit me with the hard questions here.
So what's up with you? Everybody wanting to not just have their own tournaments, but they're like, we're hosting it at the laundromat. Like,
So
guys.
I don't know why.
Honestly,
let's
a
go.
laundromat would be kind of a cool venue.
Okay,
I don't know why
somewhere less
the,
photogenic, like a fucking like I don't know, the snake aisle at the pet store.
I don't know why the FGC guys are talking trash because they.
That's just how he talks. It's
in
he's one guy.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah. I know. Like just from Caps's Twitter persona, I can.
Can I tell you my favorite? He didn't laugh when I told him this story again, but one time I offered him a slice of pizza, and I'm like, "Would you like to sit down and have a slice of pizza?" He goes, "No, I'm a thug. I eat pizza standing up." And I was like, "That doesn't seem related to how you eat pizza." So it's a whole persona thing, I guess.
Interesting. But anyway, like this is something. I guess like both FGC and Smash are like this. That they're sort of like the punk rock of video game, like esports.
Interesting.
Like, they don't get like a lot of the funding. They don't get a lot of the attention and stuff. So a lot of it is very grassroots. So if you came up in like the brawl scene, you just played at somebody's house most of the time or whatever, you know, and you aren't like going to these giant tournaments for Call of Duty or getting invited out to fly to wherever to play for a League of Legends team.
I think it's because it's not a team game. Like it's so like
Yeah, it is 1v1, but like I don't know why that would prevent you from being able to like be the best or like be that same level of prestige. Like golf is a one person and tennis are one person sports. And they still have that same level of prestige, you know.
What's the biggest prize pot that's been for a Smash tournament?
Oh,
that you
I
can
don't
think
know
of?
it off of the top of my head, but Summit, which is actually happening very soon, Summit tournaments always have gigantic prize pools, like over 100,000.
Oh, okay.
But I guess that's not that big still in esports money. But when it's only going to one person instead of a full team, it's still a pretty big payout.
Well, because like I know like for the Call of Duty tournament we did 5K, and that drew people from Virginia, right?
Yeah.
So I was wondering if it's just an issue of like when you're playing at somebody's house or even like at MSU and there's no money in the game, skin in the game, people are just like less apt to tune in.
What he's saying is if we did a 5K Smash tournament,
This is how Halloween happened. Kevin, if we put $1,000
if there was a
down,
5K Smash tournament, do you think it would draw a crowd,
significant
regional crowd?
Yes. Yeah. I think that would definitely happen. I think we wouldn't have enough space for the amount of people that would want to come
All right,
to
expect
play.
the announcement.
Okay.
What if we put them in the hallway too?
But yeah, I think like the lack of money is definitely one thing. Like even the top players, Mango, who I told you has been playing forever, like he probably makes more streaming on Twitch than he does at any tournament that he goes to.
I feel like there's got to be a lot of Twitch streamers these days though. Like the money's got to be in picking up like sponsorships to shout out online and really playing. Like
Mango is sponsored by Cloud9, so like
well then he's fine.
Yeah,
He doesn't need anything.
Yeah. But I think like it for smaller streamers that can definitely be true.
But then where you get seen on stream at your local or your regional.
Yeah.
It's a
That's how
ladder
you get
up.
your name out there. Yeah. Let me check my notes, make sure I talked about
I'm gonna cut you off no matter what's on that phone.
Why? Are we out of time?
We're out of time. That was the show.
Okay.
It's over. You lived it.
Okay.
It
Kevin,
was
thank you for joining us.
Okay,
Yes.
can I do my shout outs?
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
we should add
Yeah.
this at the end of every episode.
Tell us wherever people can follow you and whoever you want to shout out, or give us your closing, and then I'll do mine.
Okay.
Okay. What do you want to say?
So you can find me here at Replay Cafe. We're going to be doing monthly tournaments, SmackDown Detroit. If you just go to SmashGG/SmackDown Detroit, you'll find the most recent one, whatever it is. I don't know when the next one will be, sometime late March. Also, on April 9th in Lansing, Michigan, I will be running a charity tournament called Get Cooked. You can find that on SmashGG/GetCooked.
Is that a Smash tournament?
Yeah, it's a Smash tournament. It is for Allen Neighborhood Center, their Culinary 101 program, teaching people how like cooking skills and how to start restaurant businesses, that kind of stuff. So that's going to be really cool. Everybody should come out to that. And that's all I got. Oh yeah, shout outs Aura Gaming or Aura No Gaming.
Aura No sounds
I'm
like
out of the org after
I
this.
think that's why I asked you about anime because Aura No Gaming sounds like anime to me.
All right.
that all?
And wait, I just want to say one more
keep going.
thing. One more note that I wanted to hit on before the end of the podcast. So one major reason that I got into TOing and why I think everybody should try and come to a competitive tournament at some point if they like any competitive game is that TOing, or like not TOing, but like tournaments are kind of like one of the last in-person things that people still do. Like, obviously, you know, you can play Valorant or whatever online. We were talking before the podcast about how it isn't even real to you because you don't even see the players that are playing it.
It's absolutely fiction. Tell me whatever you want.
So you can show up to a Smash tournament, play, even if you go 0-2, you can ask some random people to play friendlies or whatever. You can make connections and become part of a community and find people to be friends with. And in our modern era, that's pretty rare. And I think like the Smash community is like not always, but is like a very like a place for everybody where like, you know, you guys have seen the Smashers. There's a whole different variety of like dudes that come in here and are very serious, other guys that are just here to goof around with their friends, and then everybody in between, you know?
They're not going to make you cry.
Yeah. And so, you know, I think you can find your place at whatever game you like. Look, you know, just look up like Street Fighter V Tournament Michigan and you'll find something. I'm sure there's one here at Replay Cafe. But yeah, you should look into your local scene and go to whatever tournament you can find, especially the Smash scene, because that's my favorite game.
Which will be back this Saturday.
This
Saturday after you listen to this.
Saturday
the
after you listen.
26th of February.
We'll be all over Instagram with it. Alex, what could you possibly want to add to that?
I'm just doing the normal ending.
Oh, go
Kevin,
ahead.
feel free to join me in it. This episode is not brought to you by SpaghettiOs. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs.